Hi, my name's Karen. I am a facilitator from InACAC. There are a couple of things that I want to go over with first. This is the University of South Florida presentation. We have Jackie and Christy with us from the University of South Florida. For the attendees, how do you ask questions? You use the Q&A button. Do not use the chat, use the Q&A button, and you can type your questions to the presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists can't see you or hear you. And we encourage you to sign up for more sessions, at least the rest of this week. You can go to inacac.org/virtual-college-exploration. And the recording will be made available after this session at the same website. So at this time, I will go hide and I'll turn this over to Jackie and Christy.
Great, thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us today. I really appreciate it. So my name is Christy Penman and I'm an admissions recruiter advisor for the University of South Florida. Joining me is my colleague and friend, Jackie Kane, who also works for University of South Florida. Jackie, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey guys, I'm an out-of-state recruiter for USF and I am housed on the Tampa campus. So if you ever come and visit, make sure you come by, say hi. I can show you around and all that good stuff.
Great. Thank you, Jackie. So again, my name is Christy Penman and I am the admissions recruiter and I work with students from out of state in the Midwest. So obviously students coming from Indiana, I would be your admissions recruiter. And I'm always happy and here to answer any questions you may have about the entire admissions process. So I'd like to go ahead and get started. I've prepared a brief PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to start it and then Jackie's also going to join in with a section of it and then we will finish it up and answer any questions that you may have about the University of South Florida. So let's go ahead and begin. Okay, so from the beginning, why University of South Florida? Well, University of South Florida is a large institution in the Tampa area. We have 3 campuses, which we'll talk about here in a moment. So we really feel like we have something for everyone. We have campuses in Tampa, St. Pete, and Sarasota, Manatee. Tampa being our largest campus, and then Sarasota and Manatee being our smaller campus. So we'll talk in just a moment, a little more detail about why you may choose University of South Florida. So here I am again. My picture is there along with Jackie. And Jackie, you would meet if you do get a chance to visit the University of South Florida Tampa campus. She will be there and able to answer any of your questions in person. Hopefully the campus will open up very soon and you'll be able to go visit her sooner than later. So as I mentioned, we are in the Florida Gulf Coast. So if you're familiar with Orlando, I know many of you have probably been to Disney or maybe Universal Studios. We're about an hour and a half south of the Orlando area. If you've ever been to Busch Gardens Amusement Park, we're only about 5 minutes from Busch Gardens. So very close. A lot of students like to get their season passes. So great Christmas gift for the family to get you is maybe a season pass to Busch Gardens if you choose USF. We have 52,000 students across all 3 of our campuses. Again, the Tampa campus being the largest of those 3. We have over 200 majors and concentrations, along with over 700 clubs and organizations to be a part of. So we feel like we have something for everyone. We have a very diverse student body. We have about 50 states, all 50 states represented, along with 145 countries. About 45% of our students have diverse backgrounds. So a very diverse campus, if that is something you're looking for. USF is definitely one of those great campuses. So let's talk a little bit more about each of the different campuses. So Tampa, like I mentioned, the large institution, we are a Division I school. I notice a lot of students are interested in knowing that. We have over 600 clubs and organizations housed on the Tampa campus. So anything from a Harry Potter club, Disney club, a 3D printing club, engineering club, chocolate lovers club, you name it, we have it. If we don't have it, you can start your very own club. Just need to gather 10 or 12 of your best friends along with an instructor who will help you start that club of your choice. But I'd be surprised if we don't have your club, but if not, we were happy to help you along and get you started. We also have Greek life. We have study abroad opportunities as well, if that is something that you're interested in. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. And we also have something called Bulls Market on this campus, which is really neat. It happens every week. And if you are not sure what club and organization to be a part of, they will have tables set outside of the quad, and they will be able to provide you information and tell you a little bit more about their club or organization. So lots of ways to get on campus, especially being from out of state. Definitely get yourself plugged in and become part of the community. So the next campus I'd like to talk to you about is our St. Petersburg campus, a little bit smaller, I would say. We have about 5,000 students who attend the St. Petersburg campus. A lot of students compare that to going to a private school because it is a smaller campus. However, there are many opportunities to get involved there as well. We have over 100 clubs and organizations. And what's really neat about this campus, it's actually on the Bay Borough Harbor. So if you're interested in being close to the water, the St. Petersburg campus might be the best one for you. There's canoeing and kayaking, sailboating, lots of opportunities if you are a water person. Our marine biology program is also one of the programs offered there. So we have our very own vessel that will take you out into the water right off the campus. So St. Petersburg might be a good option for you. Our third and final option of campuses is our Sarasota Manatee campus. This is a smaller of the three campuses that we have with USF. There's about 1,000 students who attend this school. If you are looking for that one-on-one experience, looking for the small classroom sizes, again, very diverse. There's only like I said, about 1,000 students who attend the Sarasota Manatee campus. This is where our hospitality management program is housed, culinary arts. So that is something you're looking for. That might be the campus of your choosing. Now, just be aware, the Tampa and St. Petersburg campuses have housing. However, the Sarasota Manatee campus does not. So you will have to find your own housing. And our housing office, I'm sure, would be very happy to help you with that. All right, so we talked about the different universities, or campuses, I should say, but one of the things you should know about University of South Florida is we are a preeminent research university, and you might wonder, what does preeminence mean? That means we have been awarded this, and only 3 universities in the state of Florida have this distinction, and we have to meet 12 merits, and some of these merits include graduation rates, student retention rates, research, the number of patents awarded at the university. Now, speaking of patents, USF is one of the top 10 American public universities for US patents for the past 7 years in a row. That's the number of patents that we have actually had approved. So if you're looking to research, we are a tier 1 research university. You can start researching as early as a freshman in any of our majors and concentrations. Another point of pride for the University of South Florida is we're number 46 among public universities in the nation by US News World and Report, and also one of the best values by the Princeton Review for 2020. Now, even though we're a large school, we actually have very small student to teacher ratio. Average size class is 33 students. Student to teacher ratio is 21:1. And as I had mentioned, we have a very diverse background. So let's talk a little bit about, we've kind of covered the majors and concentrations. If you're looking for more information, Jackie would be happy to put in a link to all the majors and concentrations that we have. And I had also mentioned that we have lots of research opportunities. So that is something that you're looking to do. We certainly have that. We actually have something that one of our professors developed, and that's called the dancing wheelchair. And that was based off of some research monies that we were given. And I think it's really neat. This is actually an opportunity for people who have disabilities, who have never had an opportunity to dance. They can actually dance in this wheelchair, and it's actually operated by the students' movement. So that is a point of pride for the University of South Florida. Another thing that you may be interested in is our Honors College, and we'll talk a little bit more about that very soon. Also, I mentioned that we do study abroad programs. So if you are interested in studying abroad, you can start this in your major, or if there's just a country that you've never had a chance to attend that you would really like to go to, you could certainly also study abroad in a country where you have some interest. This can be, again, just your own personal interest, or this could be something related to your major. So that is something you may want to consider while you're at University of South Florida. And again, we study in over 25 countries. Usually there's 100 to 150 different opportunities. So lots of opportunities to study abroad if that is something of interest. And it does not affect your graduation rate or graduation time. We always make sure that you're also earning credits during this time of study abroad. So you'll be working on courses while you are studying. All right, so we mentioned the different clubs and organizations on our campus. Also, something, if you are interested in getting involved, we have over 300 yearly concerts, performances on our campus. So if that is something you would like to do, I would encourage you to get involved and maybe attend a concert or go to the movies and on the quad. So definitely get involved. Lots of things to do. You will not be bored a minute at the University of South Florida. Those 4 years at college will go very fast. Again, we have housing on our Tampa campus as well as our St. Pete campus. So if you're looking to do that, we have housing that's traditional, suite, or apartments, and it's not limited to just freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors. Any student can live in any of our housing options. It is a first come, first served basis. We also have on-site fitness and health services so you can stay nice and fit and healthy while you're on campus. And of course, being in Florida, sunny Florida, we have outdoor pools. We also, if you're interested in, and this might be of importance to you, we actually have a CVS pharmacy in our campus along with a Publix grocery store. So you have the opportunity to have your prescription sent. If you have special dietary needs, we can definitely meet those, or you can do your own shopping and cooking by shopping at the Publix. As I had mentioned, we are a Division I school. We're part of the American Athletic Conference. We have 8 men's varsity sports, 9 women's varsity sports, and 2 spirit squads. There's free admission for all students to all of our sporting events, including our football, which is actually played at the Raymond James Stadium in downtown Tampa at the Buccaneer Stadium. So if you are a big sports fan, or even if you're not, it's a great opportunity to show your spirit by attending some of our athletic events. And again, it is free admission to all of them. We also have our marching band. It's called Herd of the Thunder. So if you want to continue marching after high school, you can become part of our marching band. So that's something of interest. Definitely check that out. We have over 300 members, and they've even traveled to Rome. As you see in that picture on the bottom, they had a chance to perform in front of the Pope. Another couple of things I want to mention as part of the slide is we actually have club sports. They are competitive club sports. And then we have intramural sports if you are interested in that. And those can be as competitive as you wish they would be. And you can just sign up for those in our athletic center. So after you're done with college, we want to make sure you're ready for the next step. So we do have a career services office. Lots of opportunities there if you are looking for a job on campus or off campus while you're attending school. But then obviously, after you are ready to get out into the career world or the job world, we will help you write your resumes, with cover letters, and just even getting you dressed. We have a program called Suitable, and that is where they rent professional clothing, because you're not going to have a lot of that. You're going to be walking around in shorts and flip-flops, I would imagine, in Florida. So we do have an opportunity. If you need some professional wear, we do have that where you can rent it free of charge. Just bring it back and we'll take care of the cleaning and everything for the next student. So that is something that's really unique to University of South Florida. But we're always helping students to get opportunities for paid and also unpaid internships. But many of our internships, especially in our business field, are paid. Okay, now I'd like to turn it over to Jackie Kane, and she's going to talk to you a little bit more about the freshman admissions process. Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah, no problem. Hey guys, so Christy got to talk about more of the fun stuff, but the admissions process is important. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that. So let's kick it off. So how to apply, we do make it pretty simple for you guys. I'd like to just put it in 4 simple steps. So for the application process, you can submit your application on our website or through the coalition application or through the common application. And we don't have a preference for either one that you choose. We'll review your application the same. After that, we'll also need your application fee or your $30 or submit your fee waiver instead. So either one is fine. We also will need your official high school transcript sent directly from your high school. Another thing to keep in mind is to make sure that whatever name you used on the transcript, make sure it's the same name that you used to apply, so it goes easily onto your application. With the high school transcript, we do recalculate your GPA. And during that recalculation process, we are going to look at like your academic core classes. So it's not going to be like basketball 101 or like PE class or anything like that, but we will give you extra weight to your GPA with any honors classes. You passed with this year or better, you'll get half a point. With any dual enrollment, IB, AP, you'll get a full point added to your weighted GPA. And then the last thing we need from you guys are official standardized test scores. We are not test optional at this time. And that's a decision that had to be made through the Florida Board of Governors. So if they would say that we can go test optional, we would, but we have to go off of them. So you do have to have SAT or ACT scores submitted. But what's great is you have plenty of time because the deadline for scholarship consideration is February 15th. So that gives you plenty of time to get the test scores submitted to us. So here we have for you guys the 2020 admitted freshman profiles to just give you an idea of the average scores. So don't freak out. This isn't saying this is what you have to be admitted. We have students that fall below just a little bit or above. But I do have your fall 2020 profile here and summer 2020 profile here. The fall is obviously the most competitive term, so it is a little bit higher criteria. But if students go ahead and apply to the fall and we don't quite fit the fall profile, we will automatically review a student's application for the summer to see if they qualify for that. And what's great about the summer program specifically for out-of-state students is we have the Summer ACE program. That stands for Academic and Cultural Engagement Program. So basically all it is instead of starting in the fall, you come a whole semester early, get to move to Florida early, make friends early. And the ACE program, you're specifically going to be with students from out of state. So you're in the classes with them. You guys will have that in common. You know, you might not know a whole lot of people in Florida, but now you can make friends with that. It starts in mid-July. It's only 5 weeks long. You get 6 credit hours out of the way. Fun fact about USF is you actually, by the time you graduate, in order to graduate, you need to have 9 credit hours of summer. They have to be summer. So by doing the Summer ACE program, you're already knocking 6 of those credit hours out right off the bat. So it's another nice perk. The best thing that I hear from my Summer ACE students is the study abroad trip. All students that go through this program get to go on 1 week study abroad. They've gone to Ecuador, Costa Rica, Canada, and students who are not interested in going abroad, they have the Washington, D.C. trip option. So cost of attendance is another major point of pride at USF. So we're proud to have one of the lowest rates in the country. So our rates are often lower. They're often the same or lower than in-state rates at non-Florida universities. So that's something we're really proud of. Here you'll see for non-Florida resident, we have the tuition, fees, housing, meals, books. We give you a nice layout here, and you can see that number right there. And I'm sure if you're doing comparing from other schools, you'll notice that it is quite a bit lower than other schools. Okay, so here we have the freshman admissions scholarships. So what's great about these is you don't have to apply to these separately. So you've applied to USF and you have gotten your transcript and test scores submitted. if you have this criteria, and by criteria, I mean you have the GPA and one of those test scores, that award is yours. Again, as long as we meet that February 15th deadline, you have these scores, then this award is yours. So we'll talk a little bit more about the Judy Genshaft Honors College. So with the Honors College, you can be automatically admitted into the Honors College. And if you're not automatically admitted, that's okay, because you can also apply separately. So with automatic admission criteria, you would need a 4.0 high school GPA, 1400 SAT, or 31 ACT. Students not meeting that auto criteria can still apply, like I said. December 1st and March 9 application dates. And then some other programs that go along with the Honors College. We have the 7-year accelerated BSMD and BSM PharmD programs. We have the 3+3 accelerated bachelor's JD program with Stetson College of Law. There's a lot of additional scholarships for honors college students. As far as academic advising, they have their own academic advising in Honors College. The Honors College has specific study abroad scholarships. They get priority registration, smaller class sizes. They have their own internship and research opportunities. Of course, they have their own honors college living learning community in the dorms. And there's a new honors college building coming soon on the Tampa campus, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I can't wait until it's done. So we also want to talk to you a little bit more about our National Merit Scholarships and their financial support. So this scholarship covering your full cost of attendance during the fall and spring semesters, or up to 5 years, or the completion of your bachelor's degree. There's also the USF National Merit Tradition of Excellence Award, and they have scholarship options for study abroad, one being called the USF Passport Scholarship, which is $2,000. And there's also a tuition waiver for your first year of graduate study at USF. Again, I wanted to go over deadlines. So the application to apply has been live since July 1st. We do have our priority deadline. It did change. Our priority deadline is now January 1st. It was November 1st, but we just changed it. And then our FAFSA priority deadline is also January 1st. The most important deadline, though, is going to be that February 15th deadline. Again, that's the application completion deadline for admission scholarship consideration. So that's the date that you want to make sure your transcript is in and your test scores to be considered for those scholarships that I previously showed you. And then May 1st is the admissions deposit deadline. So that's you claiming your spot to officially be in Bowles country. And with that, I want to give it back to Christy so she can talk to you guys about the virtual tours that we have right now. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Yes, I appreciate that. So if you have not had an opportunity to visit our campus, which I'm assuming many of you have not due to COVID, you can do a live virtual tour. And these tours are really neat because we actually have current students. They're called our G3s, our green and gold guides, and they will be part of those tours. So if you have specific questions for current students, definitely encourage you to join one of those tours. I know they offer them every week at 2 p.m. several days of the week, and you can check them out by just logging into our website. If you don't have a chance to write down the website, you can just Google USF campus tours and the opportunities will come up for the days and times that those are available. So please, even though you're not able to get on campus right now, I do encourage the tours at least to kind of get a feel for what the university is all about and talk to our current students. Finally, I wanted to give you some contact information. Obviously, we're on Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube. You can check us out there. However, my contact information is there down below a little bit further. It says contact me, and that is my direct email, as well as the phone number to the admissions office. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at any time. And I'm happy to answer any of those questions you or maybe one of your family members has about University of South Florida. So now what I'd like to do is answer any questions that you may have. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing and we'll go into the Q&A section of our presentation. Hold on one second.
Yeah, Christy, one of the common questions is what are some of the most popular majors at USF?
Yeah, definitely. Well, our most competitive and most popular major is probably our nursing program. So if you are interested in nursing, I would certainly encourage you to apply right away. Our application opened up on July 1st. And as Jackie had mentioned, our application priority deadline just changed till now, January 1st. So it gives you an opportunity to get those test scores in to us because we are not test optional at this time. You do need to provide us either ACT or SAT, and we do super score those tests, so get us all of the test results that you can. I know a lot of students are trying to retest before the next February 15th deadline, because that's when students will be awarded scholarships. So that's a good question. So nursing is probably our #1 major, followed by business, engineering, and then any of our medical pre-professional majors are probably the most popular. What do you think, Jackie?
Yeah, I agree. Definitely with all of those. And then marine science is obviously pretty big, just since we're so close to the beaches. A lot of students travel down here to do marine science.
Yeah, definitely. Why not, right? Get somewhere a little warmer and a little more tropical if you're interested in marine science, or you're just tired of the Midwest in general. Definitely encourage that. Just so you know, I'm actually based in Illinois, for those of you who maybe did not join us at the beginning. So I'm based in Illinois, so I'm your admissions recruiter. And then Jackie Kane is actually based in Tampa. And if you ever have an opportunity to get to the Tampa campus, she would be the one that you would meet in person down in Tampa. But I'll be taking you through the entire admissions process. Any other questions you can think of, Jackie? Any other questions from students?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones. Another one I get is the Tampa campus sounds like it's huge. Like, am I going to be overwhelmed? And I personally don't feel that way working here. When I walk around the campus, it doesn't feel large, like a huge university. And when I talk to students that have been going here, they say there's a lot of things about it that made it feel smaller to them, like even within their academic program. They're going to the same building all the time. They don't have to travel all over the place. They get involved in a club that makes it feel like a close-knit group. So yeah, it's big, but I don't think it's overwhelming.
Yeah, that's good. Something Jackie, I think, had mentioned within the Honors College, we have living learning communities, but we also have them for students who are not just necessarily in the Honors College. We have these programs, and this is definitely a point of pride. This is called a living learning community. And this is where students with a similar major, similar interests, they actually live in the same dormitory, usually blocked off by floor. So if you're having an exam or you just have a special interest, you're like, oh, I'd like, the certain thing, you could actually be living with students with the same likes as you and same interests. So that also makes this large university seem much smaller. And like Jackie had said, get involved in clubs, organizations, be part of that community, go to the Bulls Market during the week and learn about what's going on campus and plug yourself in. So this large university shrinks quite a bit and you become part of the community.
Definitely.
Very good. I guess just the last thing, if you are interested in merit-based scholarships now, just one thing about merit-based scholarships is the really nice thing about those, and Jackie has shared with you some of the criteria for that. You do have to meet both the ACT and GPA, recalculated GPA in order to get the merit-based scholarships, but you don't have to apply for them. Those are automatically given to you as soon as you apply and you meet both criteria. So please do not worry about that. However, your application completion deadline is February 15th. Unfortunately, we won't award those after February 15th. So make sure you get us your high school transcripts and your test scores before that February 15th deadline so that we can potentially review you for one of those merit-based scholarships. And I just want to reiterate what Jackie had said. Make sure when you're filling out the application that you're using the name that's on your high school transcript for your application. It'll just make the process much easier for you, for us, and your high school guidance counselors will really appreciate that. So we're not requesting high school transcripts multiple times, because a lot of times if you use a shortened name or a nickname that you really like, that's great and fine, but not on the college applications. And again, you can apply through our USF application, the coalition, or oh my gosh, Common App. It went blank there for a second. So any of the three, like Jackie said, we don't have a preference. We also don't have a preference over which test you take. If you take the ACT or SAT, we don't have a preference over one or the other. They do test differently. And if you have a chance to take both, great. But with this climate, with everything changing and tests getting changed or totally canceled, I know that might not be an opportunity for you to take both of them. But we're hoping that you get that one in, because it is required by the state of Florida that you take one of the tests. Okay. Any other last words of wisdom, Jackie?
Yeah, I always like to tell students, you know, in today's world, make sure that you are taking your virtual tours. I think that's a really important thing to do right now, because it's hard to actually take in-person ones. So make sure you take those virtual ones to really see if, you know, you can fit in there, if it looks like a campus that'd be right for you. What's great about ours is our virtual tours are led by our green and gold guides. They're actually student ambassadors on our campus, so they're a wealth of knowledge. So virtual tours all the way for sure.
Yes, definitely. And if there's a school that's having an open house, whether it be USF or another school, definitely plug into those open houses too, because that's going to give you another bit of information. I know there's also national fairs that a lot of students have been attending. So they're called InACAC. So if you get a chance or an invitation to an InACAC fair, definitely you know, hop on those as well. We've been participating in those, and I know there's one coming up very soon. So definitely check out the InACAC website. There's some of those listed as well. And I know through this series of Indiana Association, there's additional colleges that will be represented as well. But please come and visit University of South Florida virtually for now. And hopefully very soon you'll get to have your feet on the ground and come and see Jackie on campus. She'd love to meet with you. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Again, my email address is cpenman, Penman, @usf.edu. And with that, I appreciate you joining us today. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Jackie and Christy. In closing, I want to thank all of you for joining us. At the end, there is a quick, I promise, 4-question survey that we ask you to complete. We would encourage you to sign up for more sessions for the rest of this week at inacac.org/virtual-college-exploration. And remember that there will be a recording available. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Nice
Bye. Thank you.